Okay guys, just wanted to make a quick video to show how to put together this the S3X frame or the Uber U180X. Okay, it's about the same, so no big difference. So it's gonna go from here to something like this. All right. Yeah. Or like this if you will use the ESC on the bottom. Right. So first thing is disclaimer: these are race frame. There's no two-way about it. So it's not built to be a tank. It's built to be lightweight and very fast. Things will break. The flight controller is part of the stack, so there's a chance that it could get damaged in a crash. It is basically the way it is, so not much to say there. All right. So let's get on with it. Now, the first thing you want to do is really clean up all the edges. Just take a sandpaper and sand this, do wet sand on all the edges. So get out the sharpness to it. It helps reduce the chance of damage, and also, you know, the wire whatnot that cross over it will not get damaged. After you're done, usually what I do, the first thing is I lay out the mortar. Okay, you do it in any order really. I'm not gonna put everything together now, but just use this as an example. So you lay out the mortar, just screw it in. Just be careful, make sure that the screw is good for your mortar. Now, on board of this frame, there's an option of mounting the ESC on the bottom. So if you want to mount the ESC on the bottom, just put your wire through the hole here, all right, and mount your mortar this way. Okay, and then you can put your SC here. Then you have to route the wire into the PDB from the top. So this is as an example. Here's the example, the one that I've done. So the wire, this is a U180X, so you can see the wire coming through. Here's the ESC, and then everything else kind of snaked up in here to the PDB. Okay. So once you do that, then the next step is, if you put want to put ESC down, that's where you can put it in on the arm, right? If there's also a good option is to use something like a 4-in-1 ESC, and I like this option because if you do that, then the ESC is, the motor is going to be here, right? And what tends to happen, especially if you use a dowel prop, the prop might come down and hit. Okay, and damage the ESC. You have plenty of that, of course. All right, now building the stack is very easy. I use a 20mm. You can go longer if you want. Just put it through. Take M3, of course. Take the like a nylon nut. I like to use the nylon nut. Just speed this up a little bit. So usually you use one nylon nut, and that should be enough. So it's should be thick enough for you to put the PDB down, and then raise it enough for the strap to go through. Okay, depending on what you're using, you might need to use two. So I'm going to put that in. So let me pause there. Okay, so continue with our build. I got the nylon nut on, 4 stands. Now if I'm to use a PDB, just make sure you orient which one is front and back, right? So on the U180X, the flat side is where the strap is going to go, like that, right? So you want that on the side. So let's say we orient it right. You can go ahead and pop in the PDB or the 4-in-1 ESC if you want. Okay. Now from here I just put on and then at this point you want to wire your ESC to the PDB, making sure that all the wiring is done, and also put some wire for the flight controller, like a 5-volt out and a positive for the voltage monitoring. Okay, so assume all that done. I'm not going to do it here. It's just trying to demonstrate the stack. Usually what I do is I put 2 more of these nylon nut on. So let's go ahead and do that, and I'll come back when it's done. Okay. Okay, so continue with our build, the stack build. I got the 4, 8 now, 8 nylon nut, or you can use let's say a 4 or 5 mil spacer if you have those. You put on whatever the flight controller of your choice. So this is a demo purpose, so I'm going to put one on. Okay, so that's the stack coming up. Okay, now you have a choice. You have a cover choice, of course. What I like to do is you can put the receiver, just kind of double side taped it or VHB on it, on the flight controller like this, in which case you will need a 40mm standoff. Or another option that I like to do is sometimes actually I put the receiver kind of vertically right here. Okay, and then you can use a 35mm standoff, so make this stack a little bit shorter, up to you. Okay, so I just use a 30mm heat shrink to shrink and keep that in place. A little electric tape so that it doesn't pop out on a crash. All right. So in which case, let's say 40mm, just gonna pop them on. Quickly here. Oh, and of course, don't forget the battery strap go through here. Okay, now the camera. There's a few options depending on what you bought and what provided to you. There's one with the SMA hole, so you mount your VTX here with the camera plate. This one is a 50-degree plate, so it allows your camera to tilt a little bit more. Normally this one is about 45, although I find it doesn't really give you that much of a difference really. This is just another style that we have. Okay, so I have this one. So you want to attach the bracket, the camera bracket that comes with a HS1177 to it, right? And I like to do a zip tie here just to hold it in a little better. What you do is then just take the camera, pop it on. It's just a broken camera that I have. I break many of them. Yeah, and I don't really care about the adjustability, so usually I just keep it at max angle. Put the screw on both sides. Now what I like to do is use a zip tie or like an O-ring if you have them, and just keep it there so that it doesn't, if you crash or something, it doesn't come down. These aren't the strongest bracket in the world, so. And that's it. You just kind of pop it on. And put in a few screws and you have your stack. just for demonstration purposes, I'm just not gonna put everything in, but that's the idea, right? Next question, of course, is VTX. There's a few options here. You can, hook your wire for the camera up with your VTX and give it a 5-volt down here, right? And you can either put your VTX, if I have one, let's say here. You can use an SMA like this and put the VTX here. I think Lincoln does that, so that's one option. Okay, but of course this one you have to have your receiver down here, not on the back here. So that's one option, right? Another option that I really like to do, I do it on all my X Quad, is let me show you this one. Okay. And I get a lot of questions on this, and people are like, "Oh, that's gonna break," but it doesn't. It's still the best as far as I'm concerned. Way to mount this. So what I do is I put an O-ring. If you can see, I actually put an O-ring here. Put a smaller O-ring here just to kind of lock it in. Okay. So it's kind of a little bit loose, and it gives a little bit. So on a crash, this move around, and it doesn't damage it. And this antenna survive it really well. And you route the video wire down here and just kind of tape it. Okay, this way I can get if I have a dummy battery somewhere. Okay, so I have battery. It will strap onto the battery. All right, just like so. And it's actually pretty good. I like it a lot because it's have a good view when you fly, because you fly like this really, and that's how I like it whole. Okay, so again, ESC on this one is on the bottom. Control wire come up, and the stack is I put that receiver here. Okay, so hopefully this helped you. Just put it together a little bit. I know a lot of people have questions on that. And choice yourself. All right, good luck, guys. Have fun and go rip it.